I have something I think you're going to love because I'm going to present a different perspective that could maybe transform everything you're doing right now, how you think, what the future looks like, and just reveal something so vast and amazing that you are right now. We're going to talk about guaranteed survival in whatever is coming. Whatever is coming, everybody wants some answers. We're creating it at every moment. We can't get that through our head. We say, well, so-and-so said this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Well, it will only happen if we choose it. So if we see this future and we don't like it, as a collective, we can choose it. And I'm going to talk to you about your personal guaranteed survival and what that means. This is going to surprise you. It's not at all probably what you're thinking when we talk about the word survival. This is going to be exciting. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. What do I mean when I say break through fear? We're going to break through all of the negative feelings, the things that are maybe with you right now that say, oh God, this is a tough place to be. Why is this happening? What's this future look like? And then, I'm gonna be struggling or unhealthy or blah, blah, blah. Shut your pie hole, because we got some really good stuff to talk about today. I hope you will subscribe and please share my videos, because I'm always going to empower you, because I know what you are. Do you? Maybe it's time. If you guys haven't received my book, it was a total download. I've actually never read the book. I know. It's a total download that I got in all hours that actually takes you into the space of what you are and what's happening right now. We are past the tipping point. You've heard me say this before. And now we're going into creator mode. Creator mode is that we are now accepting and going into consciousness, accepting that vast power that we are, that is not separated from the person that you despise and point your finger at. You're not separate from them. We are all facets of one energy field, experiencing its own personalities within the same illusion. So not only do I get to be the darkness, I get to be the light. If I choose that, let's say you're awakened state, and you're always going to choose the light in this dense form, and I get to oppose myself. I get to, as light, experience the darkness of me doing something different, appearing to be an individual separate person, but is not. I'm going to talk about survival mode and what I mean by that. You are going to love this, or you're going to go, what? You may have to watch the video a couple times. That's okay. What is survival mode? Things do not go in a direction that you desire when you focus on and entangle with a frequency that is uncomfortable. You are fully in control of your present state of being, no matter what goes on out there, because that is illusion. Survival mode only refers to the material world, because you are eternal. You cannot be destroyed. You always have been. You always will be. And every form of you in every possible reality exists all at once. We can't wrap our head around that. We still keep thinking individual. What's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? I say, I don't know. What are you thinking? Because what you think is actually affecting it directly right now, not later on. Now, there are delays in the material world. So let's talk about survival mode. What does that mean? When things are out of balance, okay, when there's conflict and lower frequencies within, let's say, a designed reality, an illusion, a person that appears to be individual, we get to balance that within each creation. When it's out of balance, that means I am now placing my attention to negativity, lower frequencies, and separation. The more you go into separation and believe that you saw the powerful two words, I believe, or for me. In other words, you accept that what you think is not what is for everyone, because the one is expressing itself in endless personalities, endless decisions, endless beliefs. So when you say something and how it is, it's only that for you. That means that you have the choice to change that belief, to change that reality within your own personal experience, of which everyone is affected by, right? There's no division. But we do get to experience the illusion of separatism, individualism. So play with it, because if you go into this space of density and you go into that material world of what's going to happen in the future and this is how things are and blah, 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 you're wrong and conflict. You will go into imbalance. Imbalance then creates illness, lack, unhappiness, some deep, dark feelings, some deep, dark stuff, limitations. So that is when you're going into survival mode, you're guaranteed survival. When you place your attention on anything that is cohesive, unity, oneness, giving, compassion, love. If you can't go into love, go into compassion. Open-mindedness, because that is me, another expression of me. You now go into outside of just survival mode. Now you're going into flourishing expansion. If you are guaranteed, you're guaranteed survival mode. If you remotely go into high frequency spaces. Now you could say, well, what do you mean survival? I'm talking not about the physical body, because you are not the physical body. It is impossible for you to eternally survive as the physical body. That transforms, because you are the energy field that transforms into every form of itself that will ever be. And this one, so this can't possibly survive. This never will. So you can get all the whatever fortification and hoarding you want. You will never, ever survive. Your guaranteed survival is one thing. Alignment with a higher frequency places you up here, and so your physical world will now change because you are in a higher frequency. So what's going to happen is you are inviting other high frequencies, which are giving, loving, compassionate, will place you first. And guess what's going to happen in the physical world from that? They'll take care of each other. The dense ones that are in fear, separation, believing the crap out there are creating that future, and thus will turn on each other, hoard, harm one another, protect their stuff, and they can't, because they will eventually leave this planet. Everyone will. Everything depends on your eternal frequency, and that is all that is. Survival is guaranteed, because you are eternal. Survival for you will, in the physical world, will be if you place yourself out in and you give in the most challenging of situations. It doesn't make the situations go away. You'll live a completely different reality, because you're seeing these situations that we're going to go into as opportunities to give, to pull together and create solutions and a new world, and it's happening. You guys have seen this. What am I doing? I'm showing you how to create businesses and income in ways that change the planet, that change your life. And it's not easy. This isn't easy stuff. None of it is. Oh, I'm just going to make money online, healing people. No, you're going to have to put a business together and go back into this world that will challenge you. But here's what happens when you're doing things on a high frequency. You're way beyond survival. You are now the contributor of the new reality in the density that is going to live a more fulfilling life, that's going to survive in a completely different way than the dense ones who are barely surviving. You're guaranteed survival, guaranteed, because nothing can harm you anyways. It's the frequency of that which you choose that's going to determine the actual things that happen in the material world for you. Does this make sense? So when I use the word survival, you will think of it either as a material world word of protecting my body and my stuff, and that is a density. But when you go into survival mode in the physical world and you take your frequency high, You break through it, you break through fear, and all of a sudden you realize every one of my actions counts. It's about my actions in the world that thinks it has to survive and protect something that is impossible to protect because the human body and density transforms constantly. It has to. And if you are in that survival mode, in the basement, scrapping and fighting, turning on each other, oh, you're friends as long as you're getting, you're giving me the stuff I want. As soon as you don't, let's take them out. It'll be more food for us. It'll be more whatever. You don't even have to live in that world because we will have plenty. There's plenty of food on this planet. There's plenty of money. There's plenty of everything. There always has been. You're either creating it or you're actually separating yourself from it. Right? Guaranteed survival is taking this frequency up to that giving, loving, open place, breaking through fear and saying, I have nothing to fear because I am eternal. I'm guaranteed that because that's what I am. And that everything around me is a part of me expressing myself. And the more I respond in the most positive way, the more I affect the other parts of me. Not you, the person, you, the energy field that is that, that is that, that is that. And now I transform them because they will be affected no matter what. Doesn't mean they're going to make decisions that you like or not. You're guaranteed, guaranteed. What frequency within that are you going to live in? Because you can live it right now. You can have the job, close the deals, have the money coming in, have the great relationship show up, the healing in your body. Why? Because now you're going into alignment and you're not just surviving, right? Down here, you're going into health and abundance, and you realize when I transform, I'm going to go over in a high frequency. I'm always going to be, but when I go over, I will have accomplished my goals here of being the creator, the change maker of a new reality, and I will live it right now. And so every thought you have counts. Every thought, every action counts. Every single one. Everything you use, everything you buy, everything you put in your mouth, everything you say from your mouth, everything you think, everything you believe, it is one. It escapes nothing. It is all-knowing, all-intelligence. This is not space here. This is unlimited dimensions and things going on at all times, yet it appears separate so that we can play it out. What's it like to be dense? What's it like to be unconscious? That's all you're here for. And if you play that material world, you will be in survival mode that's impossible to keep. That one is impossible to keep. Because that body's going to dissolve and you're left with whatever decisions you made in that dense material world because you believed it. You didn't recognize what you were. You're guaranteed survival when you go into that high frequency and way beyond. Guaranteed. It's impossible to destroy you. Impossible. But what are you going to do under certain circumstances? And some of you may say, well, if somebody comes in and, and I'm not prepared and they take me out, I go, yeah, guess what? You're going anyways, honey. Kiss your old behind goodbye. We're all going. Out we go. That's your choice. You're going to play with other people who are going to play the game with you to test you. And some people choose crazy ways to go out and interact with those other people that we can't understand. Don't try and put logic to it. Well, the children, those aren't children. That's an energy field just like you. There's no age within energy. There's no castle or button power of manifestation. You can create the castle and easily create the button and easily create the castle, but you just don't believe it. And when you do, it's going to blow your mind because you're going to recognize that it doesn't make the challenges go away. Christ was still, put up on a cross. Who knows what that whole story is too, right? Because we've manipulated it. But I guarantee you one thing. He never ended. His choices demonstrated what can be done and that we don't ever perish. It's impossible. And that what pain or whatever we go through is just part of the experience, the adventure that we chose. And that it's just a moment in time if you have any struggles or challenges. It's the decision you make in them that's going to count. You are guaranteed survival. Guaranteed. Where are you going to play it? In the penthouse? In the basement? Yeah. This is great stuff, and this is an opportunity of a lifetime for you. This lifetime. Wow, what are you going to do? You're going to triumph? Are you going to show that compassion and love? Are you going to stop arguing about who should be in the White House? They don't control us. We control us, because all you have to think about is this and what I put out here. And that's all that's important, because the rest is another 4 years and somebody else is coming in. Who cares? It doesn't matter. You can fight all you want. Over a person? That's ridiculous. We're here as creators and change makers if you choose it. And how you use it, well, that's your reality. It may not be mine. I hope you guys who are entrepreneurial, if you really want to make a difference on this planet and you want to create your own business online, I've been doing it over a decade, and I was an investment banker for 20 years. I got out of that and started doing things that I knew were right for me, the planet, and other people, and everything I've created is to help show you that there are options. You have to take those steps. You can't sit and complain. You got to take the action. And we all have different rules. So if you're up for it, I will coach you. I take you, we create your business. It has to be planet conscious, that's the rule. And we find what you're passionate about, because that will fuel you. That's a high frequency, and we create businesses around it. Multiple income streams. Coaching, products, healing, speaking. Somebody just said they want to be a speaker. I said, yay, we'll do it. Let's do it. I'll show you all those things. I do it myself. I am going to lead the way for you to be that creator. If that's your thing, this is a free video series here, free webinar. And of course, you guys know, this is Breakthrough Fear. How do you break through it? Are you stuck there? You couldn't imagine yourself having your own business because you're stuck here in this mindset that says you aren't all that. You are all that. You are all that and more. I guarantee you that. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my perfect, all-powerful, all-intelligent light being. Namaste.